Republic. I was told to report here. I don't know what's going on. Said there'd be questions. Well, I've got answers. Clone answers. Me and the boys. Oof. This shit gets hot. Very hot. Hey y'all, I was just cloning around. Figured I would come by and invite y'all in to see the clone armor up close. See if you guys have any questions that I can answer about this armor. So I just suited up to shoot some videos. I also like to put the armor on before I have an event just to see if everything is still where it's supposed to be. And actually busted a knee, so I'm gonna have to do a little repair work before the event next week. I got a baseball game next week. That should be fun in Pensacola. Love getting dressed up and playing around for Star Wars events. So that is what I've got going on. What do y'all have going on? Talking clone armor. So if y'all have questions, please put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer. Happy. What happens when you throw a clone party and nobody shows up? I mean, I guess people are working. Clone Trooper Q&A. If y'all have questions about this armor, put them in the comments. Happy to answer. This is a 501st Legion, the costuming group approved set. It's actually a 501st Legion set as well. And I also have the 332nd helmet to go with. So I've gotten both costumes approved, dual approved in the 501st and the Rebel Legion. One of many armors that I've got that I like to play around with. But yeah, it's fun stuff. I built this armor, I guess it was about 2 years ago. And yeah, it's held up very nicely. So this is a set. This is ABS plastic. This is a vacuum formed ABS plastic set. This is not 3D printed. Comes from a company called 850 Armor Works. They're out of Pensacola, Florida. And yeah, held up really well. 2 years of trooping in this, and I've just had to make minor repairs, very minor repairs. But that happens with everything. For the Republic. Questions. I've got answers. A lot of people want to know what's the movement like in this, and it's actually very good. You just can't bend down without kind of spreading your legs really far and doing some type of balancing. The cod piece kind of keeps you from bending down very far. Never really tried to take a knee in it. I think that would fuck my knees up. But other than that, movement is, pretty good. I could probably run in this if I had to. Vision, when you're wearing this, it's all right. You just can't really see much from about here down unless physically looking down. So at events, we'll always have handlers that'll kind of be with us just to make sure that no little kids are getting in our way and we're not going to trip over anything. All right, not a lot of people here, so I guess I'll go ahead and take the armor off. If anybody wants to know what it's like to, how this is all strapped and harnessed, this will be kind of the best way to show you. This is like a suit up video in reverse. No nudity though, sorry. Gloves, these are Nomex flight gloves, pilot gloves, military pilot gloves, and the hand plates are simply Velcroed onto the end there. Gloves are identical. Oh, both of these are simply one piece. I got a little piece of upholstery foam in there just to kind of hold it in place, but those gauntlets just slide right on. Elbows. So these have a piece of elastic right there, and the elbows and knees are the same. Piece of elastic that actually holds in place over the fake armor strap that's rubber that's on the outside. Both of those are the same. All right, so I'm going to clip one of these. Hardest part about putting this on by myself are the shoulder bells here. So as you can see, I have a clip that I have attached underneath my neck seal. That goes to a clip right here. A little piece of elastic holds it in place, and then the bicep is already clipped onto the shoulder bell. So shoulder bell, bicep, there you go. And it, all clips on to the neck seal. Second one, same as the first one. So, chest back. A lot of people do these as one piece that kind of clamshells open. The CRL, the costume requirement list, only calls for a visible seam here. So a lot of people make this to where you can open it and close it. I felt no need to do that. I just made it as one piece that slides over the abs. And I feel like it fits a whole lot better that way. So that piece is literally all one piece. And it just kind of rests on top on those shoulder harness thingies. Neck seal is from a company called Dark Side Closet, and that is your clone neck seal. You get up to here, this is all held on with a, just a suspender harness that I made myself out of strapping. All one piece. The belt is glued on here. The cod and the butt are Velcroed and snapped. So, and it adds, basically gives you a little bit of movement that you can have with it. Right. Two pieces of Velcro here and here that correspond underneath there. And then I've got a Velcro tab and a snap. It corresponds to a snap that's right down there, and there's Velcro under there. So this gives it still some movement if you need it. A little bit of movement and wiggle room, but it still holds it in place. The butt is the same. It's Velcroed on underneath back there in the back. So again, gives it slight movement. Let you play around with it. I'm going to go down. This is PG rated, but I'm going to go down there, take the shoes and stuff off, show you what we got going on the bottom half. Shoes, these are from Keep Trooping. And these are your Clone Trooper boots, realistic Clone Trooper boots. These are great shoes. They will make these bespoke for you. And again, these things have lasted 2 years. That dirt is just the weathering that I put on it. These things have lasted 2 years and they're wonderful. Wonderfully comfortable as well. The bane of every clone build is the shin and the shin spoon. This is what gives most people huge headaches when they're building a clone trooper. So the clone trooper armor in the movies is basically solid, one piece, like so. There's no seams on it. Problem is that hole is really too hard to get, it's too small to get your foot through unless you're kind of triple jointed. So they've invented this shin spoon system. So there's clips that I created here, one there, and then there's one under here that you probably won't be able to see. But you'll slide this in. And that clips in place. Solid. Shin soon. What's up, Ghost Trooper? So that is probably the most difficult part in the clone build. It's what most people get really worried about, but ultimately it's not too difficult. Knees, again, they were the same. It's just a little elastic strap in there over the metal strap. This other side off, and I'll show you the rest. Alright, so I've got the thighs attached to a belt, and that's really the only part that's strapped on the bottom half. So basically a belt that holds these thighs up. Everything else just sits in place. And again, this one, strangle myself. And that's all that is kind of one big, we call this the clone diaper. One big solid piece in the center. All right, that's it. Do that in reverse. And that's a suit up. That's how you put on clone trooper armor. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, consider giving me a subscription. Subscribe. It's free. Completely free. If you like this, you'll like my other shit. All kinds of cosplay and Star Wars stuff. As always, y'all, I'm Darth Rage. This is Darth